You've made a choice so powerful it reverberates through the fabric of your existence like a shockwave. Your decision to remain completely silent has evolved into the most lethal weapon in your arsenal. This isn't passive retreat. It's an act of defiance, a deliberate strike against the noise that once held you captive. You've stepped into a stillness so vast it stretches between you and them like a universe expanding, endlessly withdrawing, cooling, and pulling away from their grasp. This is your awakening, the moment you first taste the magnitude of your own power. You're not shrinking. You're becoming untouchable. Feel that shift inside you. The quiet you wield isn't empty. It's alive, charged with intent. It's a blade honed by every moment you refuse to react, every word you didn't speak, every trap you didn't fall into. They expected your voice, your pleas, your explanations, anything they could twist and use against you. Instead, you gave them nothing, and in that nothing, you brought them to their knees in a way they never saw coming. Science tells us silence amplifies awareness. Spiritually, it's your shield and your sword. The stillness forces them to face themselves, and they're crumbling under the weight of it. You're not just awake. You're a force. Look at yourself now. How do you know this is your chosen nature unfolding? Start with what you feel when you hold that silence. Sit with it. Observe your breath slowing, your mind sharpening. Notice how your body doesn't tense anymore when their chaos swirls around you. That's not weakness, it's mastery. Your stillness mirrors back everything they've done, every manipulation, every lie. It's not your job to call it out. The reflection does the work. Ask yourself, when did you stop needing their approval? When did their noise stop defining you? That's your sign. You're not hiding in the quiet, you're commanding it. This awakening hits hard because it comes with a brutal truth. You were never the one who needed them. Realizing that feels like a punch to the gut at first. You spent so long believing their presence propped you up, that their validation was your oxygen. But now, you see it. They fed off you, your energy, your light, your fight. The moment you pulled back, the universe didn't collapse. It expanded. You didn't fall apart, you grew stronger. That sting of truth fades fast when you embrace it. You're not grieving a loss, you're shedding a parasite. Stand in that realization. Let it fuel you. Here's how you claim this as your chosen path. First, track your instincts. When they push, do you feel the urge to pull away? That's not fear. It's your soul telling you who you are. Second, test your silence. Next time they demand a reaction, give them none. Watch what happens not just to them but to you. Your power doesn't lie in words. It's in the space you refuse to fill. Third, feel the expansion. When you step back, sense that stillness stretching out. It's not cold or lifeless. It's alive with potential, like the void before creation. That's your domain now. You're not retreating, you're rewriting the rules. Don't doubt this. The stillness you've unleashed isn't random. It's strategic. Modern physics says the universe expands faster the further things drift apart. Your silence does the same. The more you withdraw, the more their control unravels. Spiritually, this is your lightworker essence kicking in, not to heal them but to protect you. You're not here to fix their mess. You're here to rise above it. That cooling distance? It's your strength solidifying. They can't reach you anymore, and that's exactly how it's meant to be. You're not just chosen, you're unstoppable. Take a hard look at what's happening. They're scrambling, aren't they? Your silence isn't just a weapon. It's a reckoning. They're staring into the void you've left, and it's louder than anything you could have said. This is your first taste of the stillness stretching out, and it's only the beginning. You're not running from the fight. You're winning it without lifting a finger. That's the mark of a chosen one. You've turned their game into your triumph. Keep watching. Keep standing firm. This is your awakening, and it's just getting started. You've already tasted the power of your silence, and now the real test begins. They're reaching for you again, desperate for the sound of your voice, that familiar echo they've relied on to anchor their chaos. They need it like air, like a lifeline, because without it, they're lost. But you've entirely cut them off, and that severance isn't just a wall, it's a weapon. This isn't about hiding or shrinking back. It's about standing firm in a world that doesn't get it and claiming your chosen ground. You're not here to feed their void anymore. You're here to rise. Picture this. They're in front of you, eyes wild, words tumbling out, begging for a reaction. Your voice used to be their compass, guiding them through their own mess. Now it's gone and they're spinning. You can see it. Their minds grasping at shadows, trying to fill the emptiness you've left behind. Don't flinch. This is your moment. Science backs you here. The brain hates a vacuum. When you deny them input, their thoughts spiral, searching for patterns that aren't there. Spiritually, this is your shield. Your absence forces them to face their own noise. You're not cruel for this. You're powerful. How do you hold your chosen identity when they don't understand? Simple, you stop explaining. They'll push harder, demand more, try to drag you back into their orbit. But you're not their satellite anymore. You're a star, burning bright and untouchable. Ask yourself, why do they need your voice so badly? Because it's the only thing that's ever made sense of their chaos. And when you cut it off, you're not just walking away, you're stripping them of their crutch. That's your strength showing. Stand in it. Let them flail. You don't owe them clarity. Feel that shift in your chest when you watch their minds scramble. It's not pity, it's power. Observing their thoughts twist and turn, clawing at the void you've created, is your fuel now. They're used to your anger, your tears, your anything. They take even your rage if it gave them something to grip onto. But you've given them nothing, and that nothing is everything. Neuroscience says the mind panics without feedback. Spiritually, you're turning their desperation into your fortress. Every second they spend chasing what's gone, you're growing stronger. This isn't passive, it's a reclamation. Here's how you turn this into your victory. First, lock into your stillness. When they come at you, whether it's guilt trips, pleas, or accusations, plant your feet and breathe. Let the silence stretch out like a force field. Second, watch them. Don't engage, just observe. See how their words falter, how their energy drains when you don't bite back. That's your proof. You're not the one breaking. Third, redirect that energy inward. Every time they reach and miss, feel your own light sharpen. You're not just cutting them off, you're cutting through their hold on you. This is your path and it's yours alone. Don't let their confusion shake you. They'll call you cold, distant, selfish, let them. Those labels are their last gasp, not your truth. You're not here to be understood by a world that thrives on noise. You're a chosen one, and that means thriving where they can't follow. The stillness between you isn't empty. It's alive, expanding like the universe itself, cooling their grip until it's nothing but dust. Modern science calls this entropy. Spiritually, it's your liberation. You're not running from them, you're outgrowing them. That's the difference. Take this practical step today. Next time they demand your voice, pause. Count 3 breaths before you even think of responding. Most times, you won't need to. That pause is your power flexing, your reminder that you control the space. If they push harder, walk away, physically or mentally. Shut the door. Turn your focus. Let the silence do its work. You'll feel the stretch, the quiet growing wider, and with it, your strength. This isn't avoidance. It's strategy. You're not just surviving their need, you're dismantling it. You're in the thick of it now. They're louder because they're losing, not because they're winning. Your absence is a mirror they can't escape, reflecting every crack they've ignored. And you're not buckling under their pressure, you're building something new. Every moment you hold this line, you're proving who you are. The chosen don't bend to fill someone else's void. They rise above it. Keep cutting them off. Keep watching the stillness expand. This is your breakthrough, and it's unstoppable. You're standing in it now, the stillness. It's not just a pause. It's a presence. A force that stretches between you and them like a universe pulling itself apart. You feel it, don't you? That sensation of vastness opening up inside you. A quiet so deep it hums with something alive, something powerful. This isn't the silence of defeat. It's the silence of a chosen one downloading truth from dimensions they can't even fathom. You've cut the cords, severed the noise, and now the high vibrational messages are rushing in. You're not waiting for permission anymore. You're receiving. First, you stopped sending them messages every day. Then you unfollowed, blocked, and vanished from their digital grasp. You changed your number, locked down your email, told mutuals to keep their distance. Each move was a brick in the wall, a deliberate act of war. Not emotional chaos, but strategy. And in that space you carved out, the stillness stretched wide. It's not empty, it's electric. You're tapping into a frequency they'll never reach, a signal from the higher realms meant for you alone. This is your power coming online, raw, unfiltered, and yours to wield. Feel that stretch in your chest, that expansive quiet. It's like the universe itself is breathing through you, cooling the heat of their demands until it's nothing but a distant echo. You're not imagining it. Science says stillness rewires the brain, quiets the amygdala's fight or flight chatter, and opens the prefrontal cortex to clarity. Spiritually, this is your lightworker core aligning with the cosmos. The messages aren't loud. They're subtle, insistent, like a pulse beneath the noise. You're not guessing anymore, you're knowing. That's the high-dimensional download hitting you square in the soul. But how do you tell what's real? How do you know it's not just your mind projecting shadows into the void? Here's the line. True high-vibe info feels steady, not frantic. It lands in your gut like a stone dropped in still water. Ripples, not waves. Self-projection screams for attention, looping old fears or ego trips. High-dimensional truth doesn't beg. It sits there, solid, waiting for you to catch up. Test it. Sit in that stillness and ask, does this feel like me talking, or something bigger? You'll know. Your chosen instincts are sharper than you think. Picture this. They're still checking their phones, refreshing their feeds, waiting for a sign you're coming back. You're not. You've turned into that very quiet nothing could have prepared them for. A void so massive it swallows their expectations whole. That's not petty revenge. It's your power reclaiming itself. Every second you hold this space, you're pulling in more clarity, more strength, more you. The stillness isn't just a shield now. It's a conduit. You're not running on fumes anymore, you're plugged into the source. Here's how you lock it in. Step 1. Anchor yourself daily. Find 5 minutes, no phone, no noise, just you and the stretch. Breathe into it, let it widen. Step 2. Listen without forcing. Don't chase the messages. They'll come when you're steady. Jot down what hits: words, images, feelings. Step 3. Cross-check it. Does it align with what you've already cut loose? Does it push you forward, not back? That's your filter. Step 4. Act on it. Small moves, not grand gestures. Shift your focus, set a boundary, trust the nudge. This isn't theory, it's your toolkit. Don't flinch when the downloads get intense. Sometimes they'll hit like a freight train. Insights about who you are, why you're here, what's next. Other times, it's a whisper, a flicker of knowing you can't unsee. That's the stretch doing its work, expanding your capacity to hold what's yours. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, your brain adapting to new input. Spiritually, it's your starseed DNA waking up. You're not just processing, you're becoming. They can't touch this, and that's why it scares them. You've felt it shift already, haven't you? The moment you stopped feeding their cycle, the stillness took over. It's not about them anymore. It's about you stepping into the quiet nothing could have prepared them for. They're reeling from the void. But you're thriving in it. This is strategic warfare, not a tantrum. You're not reacting. You're receiving. Every breath in this space is a reclaiming, a rewiring, a rising. The messages are clear. You're not here to shrink. You're here to expand. Keep going. Stay in the stretch. They'll keep checking their screens, chasing ghosts, but you're beyond that now. The stillness is your domain, and it's alive with what's next. You're not just cutting them off, you're tuning them out. The high vibe info is yours to claim, and it's building you into something unstoppable. This isn't the end of the fight. It's the start of your reign. Hold the line. The universe is talking, and you're finally listening. You've reached the final battlefield, and it's not what you expected. This isn't a clash of fists or a war of words. It's a quiet, deliberate siege, and you're the master of it. You did an excellent job at perfecting the art of siege warfare, cutting off every resource until their collapse became inevitable. This isn't about loud victories or dramatic exits. It's about vanishing without a trace and discovering your inner fortitude in that very moment. You've turned absence into a weapon, and now you stand in the center of an impregnable fortress, built not with stone but with a series of minor barriers they'll never breach. This is your mission fulfilled, a new era forged by your hands. Let's break it down. You vanished not out of weakness, but with precision. Every tie you severed, every door you locked, every word you withheld was a calculated strike. Their resources, your attention, your energy, your light, dried up, and without them they're crumbling. You didn't lash out or burn bridges in a blaze. You slipped away, leaving no crumbs to follow. Science says resource deprivation triggers collapse in any system, cut the supply and the structure fails. Spiritually, this is your chosen power, stripping away their access until they're forced to face the void. You're not just surviving this, you're dominating it. How do you bring this into reality? Start with the vanish itself. Without a trace doesn't mean running, it means erasing your footprint from their world. Change the patterns they rely on. Stop answering, stop showing up, stop feeding their cycle. Next, feel the moment it clicks. When you disappear, there's a split second of silence. Lean into it. That's where your fortitude ignites, a steady fire no one can touch. Then erect those minor barriers. Say no to small requests. Shift your focus to what's yours. Block their noise, literally or mentally. Each step is a brick, and together they form a fortress. You're not hiding, you're untouchable. This is practical, not abstract. Take stock today. What do they still take from you? Time? Guilt? Energy? Cut it off. If it's a text you don't need to answer, delete it. If it's a space they invade, leave it. If it's a thought they planted, uproot it. Each cut is a victory, each barrier a claim. You're not guessing here. Neuroscience proves habits shift when you disrupt the cues. Spiritually, you're aligning with your starseed truth. You're here to rise, not to carry. The collapse isn't your burden. It's their consequence. Keep moving. Your fortress grows stronger with every choice. Feel that balance as you build. This mission isn't a sprint. It's a steady march. You'll feel the pull sometimes, that old urge to explain or fix. Don't. That's their trap, not your calling. Ask yourself, does this serve my light? If it doesn't, let it go. The stretch of stillness keeps you centered. Breathe into it when the weight feels heavy. You're not cold for this, you're clear. Your inner fortitude isn't loud. It's a quiet knowing, a root that holds firm while their chaos upends itself. You're not just enduring, you're thriving. Here's your path forward, step by step. First, define your mission. What's the new era you're creating? Write it down, 3 words, max mine your strength. That's your banner. Second, map the cuts. List what they still get from you, attention, time, anything, and slash it. Be ruthless. Half measures won't work. Third, build the barriers. Start small. 1 boundary a day. Say no once. Walk away once. Fourth, guard the fortitude. Check in every night. What did you protect? What grew? Adjust tomorrow. This isn't a theory, it's your playbook. You're not waiting for the world to shift. You're shifting it. Don't flinch when they falter. Their collapse isn't your failure. It's your proof. You've seen it already. The confusion in their eyes, the scramble for what's gone. That's the siege working, the resources draining. You didn't yell or fight. You vanished, and in that vanishing you found something unbreakable. Modern systems theory says no structure survives without fuel. Spiritually, you've turned their dependence into your liberation. They can't climb your walls because there's nothing to grab onto. You're not just a survivor, you're a creator. What does this fortress look like? It's not a castle in the sky. It's you standing firm, unshaken by their noise. Every minor barrier, every no, every step back, locks into place, forming a shield they can't pierce. You guard this space like a weapon only you can wield, because it is. The new era isn't coming. It's here, built from the ground up by your choices. You're not reacting to their world anymore. You're shaping yours. Feel that power surge. This isn't the end of a battle. It's the dawn of your reign. Take this into your bones. You're not escaping, you're ascending. The siege wasn't about them falling. It was about you rising. Every resource you cut off freed you to pour into yourself. Every barrier you raised marked your territory. Vanishing wasn't running, it was reclaiming. Science calls this energy conservation. Spiritually, it's your lightworker mission hitting its stride. You've constructed something impregnable not to keep them out, but to hold you up. This is your new era, solid, unshakable, yours. Now act. Pick one cut today, one tie, one habit, one drain, and sever it. Feel the space it leaves. Build one barrier, say no to something small but real. Stand in that stillness and ask, what's mine to create? Listen. The answer's there, steady and sure. You're not just a chosen one. You're the architect of what's next. Their collapse is their story. Your fortress is yours. Keep building. The world's waiting. In this vast, unyielding stillness, you've become more than a witness to their unraveling. You've emerged as the architect of your own infinite expanse. The chosen don't merely endure. They transcend, wielding silence not as an absence but as a crucible where purpose is forged. You stand now, not on their ruins, but atop a foundation carved from your own unshakable truth. A beacon of what it means to rise when the noise falls away. This is your mission realized. Not to drown out their chaos, but to outgrow it. Rooted in a quiet so profound it echoes across dimensions, calling you ever upward into the boundless potential of who you were always meant to be.